Welcome back to Mondays with Madrid. My name is Georgia O'Heary. I'm here new on the women's basketball team. I'm a transfer from UC Riverside, originally from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am majoring in psychology. Coach, can you just tell us about how these last few practices have been going since we got season started up?
Yes, absolutely. Georgia, first of all, it's great to have you here. I think that the ratings in Las Vegas after this show are just going to go skyrocketing, kind of like a big boxing match happens. But thankful for all of you that continue to watch our show. We have had a few practices up to this point since official practice started on Friday, October 15th, and we have been extremely excited to work with our players. Georgia and her teammates have been working extremely hard, putting in extra time on their own, getting up shots. And so as practices continue and we continue to grow as a team, we're excited to see the journey that this team's about to go on.
Okay, Coach, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
My first and most important question is, when are we playing on the West Coast?
Well, that's a great question. That's one of the things, obviously, with Day of Giving that's important to us is we're trying to build that budget that we want to do that. Honestly, what I would love to do is there's some Division II tournaments that go on in Las Vegas.
Down there, yeah.
And so we would love to do that. I know your parents really want to feed the team every single night. Maybe we can kick your sister out of her room. Some people can sleep in there. She's probably really excited about that. But that's something that we have going in the future that we want to do. We would love to get you back on the West Coast so that your friends and family can come watch you play.
Sweet. We're going to hold them to it, guys. Okay, my second question is, what was like your favorite moment in your favorite game that you've ever coached?
Favorite moment of my favorite game that I've ever coached? That's a really good question because obviously there have been a lot of moments. I've got to go back to honestly when I was an assistant coach coaching high school. I coached at my alma mater, and we had a really interesting group one year. We had lost a number of games. I think through the middle of the year we went like on a 6-game losing streak. Had lost to the number 1 team in the state a few times. Somehow found our way to the New Mexico State basketball tournament and upset 2 teams, got in the state championship. Played the number 1 team in the state for the 4th time and beat them in overtime.
Wow.
And so that was a pretty special moment. I actually still have a picture of that team in my office right now just because for me as a coach it lets me realize that you can go through some ups and downs but there can still be kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's a pretty special moment.
That is nice. Okay. What is something that somebody told you that you'll never forget?
Something that somebody told me that I'll never forget. Goes back to, a couple of things. So I used to work men's college basketball camps, and Kelvin Sampson at the time, who's now U of H men's coach, back then he was University of Oklahoma, and he used to always tell us, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And so as a coach, I think that's important, building relationships with you guys. I know sometimes we're hard on you guys, but we love on you guys as much as we possibly can as well. And so that's been something for me as a coach that has been pretty important, some things I continue to remind myself about.
Okay, and last question. Do you eat food past its expiration date that smells and looks good?
Absolutely not. Sammy will tell you this. I have a strange nose. Like if a towel has like a funky smell, I won't dry myself with it. If I put on a t-shirt and I smell it, I throw the t-shirt away.
Oh my
goodness. So I can pick up on things that are foul or expired or where. So no, absolutely not. If I see you doing it, I'll be so mad at you.
Hey, not all of us have that budget, Coach.
College students, right? College.
Yeah. I be smelling the milk sometimes. You have to use it.
Whatever. Yeah, just put it in the microwave, warm it up, it'll be good.
Yeah, and that's all my questions.
Awesome. All right, Georgia, so appreciate your questions. That was awesome. I have a couple of questions for you. As you know, everybody wants to get to know our players, and I think it's really, really important. So, one thing we have figured out about our team is we have a lot of babies on our team. A lot of your teammates are, the baby of their family. There's a few of you that are the oldest, okay? So, can you kind of pick up on that a little bit in terms of knowing your teammates? That I'm around a lot of youngsters.
I think our team is very mature, but there are like some instances where I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a little slight selfishness, not even like intentional, but just what they're used to, growing up with. But I honestly don't think it's too bad. Like, especially the people I room with, we're pretty mature, but it's just like those a few times, I would say.
Well, what's interesting about that though is sometimes you hear rumblings down the hallway, and some teammates have told me that you don't actually act like you're the oldest.
You know what? I've heard that too, and I'm pretty offended by it because if like honestly back home, like you can ask anybody that knows me and they're like, oh yeah, Georgia, she's the oldest, she's the responsible one. I'm the one that's like, no, we can't go there. That's what they told us not to do. I'm that annoying person, but I mean, maybe, I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll tell you, after practice tomorrow, we'll just sit down and kind of have
I think we need to have a
sit-down meeting,
conversation,
and we'll let you address everybody.
Okay, thank you.
So first year here, you know, obviously you transferred to us. How has your transition been?
I think it's been really good so far. The team was really good about bringing me in, like making me feel welcomed, and I feel like I like assimilated really easily. So far, so good, honestly. I'm really excited about this year and really pumped because I think we're gonna do some really good things this year.
And so along those lines, you know, what was one of the reasons, as you were kind of going through the checklist of where you eventually wanted to go to school, what was one of the reasons that you ultimately chose Kingsville?
I think one of like the main things like I communicated with you in the process is just like having a good relationship with like my coaches and I guess an honest relationship as well. So initially like talking with you, I was really respectful and thankful for just like the communication, how honest and straightforward you were. Then coming on my visit, there was no surprises at all, and it was just exactly how you said it was going to be. So I guess I was like coming here as like my clarification, like yeah, I can like see myself playing here and playing underneath a great coaching staff.
Awesome. Okay, so I have a couple of rapid fire questions. So first teammate that comes to mind, you got to throw it out there, and this can be any teammate, doesn't have to be your roommates. Okay?
Okay.
If you were stranded on an island, which teammate would you want with you?
Mia Rivers.
Mia Rivers, why?
I think she's a really resourceful person when it comes down to it. I've seen her in a moment where it's like we need to figure something out right now, and she's a really good person to count on.
Okay. Who is the most high maintenance on the team?
I can't think right now. I would say Mia Rivers.
Okay.
Sorry, Mia.
All right. No. And then last one right here. If you had a brother,
Okay.
which teammate would you not let date him?
Oh, Jade. Sorry, Jade. No, too much.
All right, last thing. I have two really random questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right, first one. Would you rather know how to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Oh my goodness. Talk to animals.
Okay, why?
Because they know too much. My dog, I don't tell my dog my secrets, that sounds bad, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they hear every conversation in the room, so I want to get it on everybody else, all the dirt.
Okay, all right, last one. I brought a prop.
Okay.
Okay, you've seen a tennis ball.
Yes.
Okay, explain to our viewers, why is a tennis ball fuzzy?
Oh my gosh. I believe that the webbing on this tennis ball is fuzzy, so it doesn't like, I have no idea. It's for a tennis court. It doesn't like get stuck on the tennis court. It just bounces nicely because of its nice fuzziness.
I think what was best about that was the way you moved your head as you were talking about that.
Yeah, this very interesting ball. All right, well, that's it for today on Mondays with Madrid. Thank you so much. I'm here with my co-host, Coach Madrid, and my name is Georgia, and we will see you next time.